Right now, I am going to, as soon as the stream is live on my channel, I'm going to get the URL and send it out to the texts, and that is how you will know it is live. That's what I'm doing right now. As soon as it loads. Let's see. My channel. Okay. I know we're live. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be no one watching right now. Okay, we're live. Let's see here. I think I have to go to. I'm not sure how to get the URL to send out to you guys. Oh, I know what to do. What am I doing? Ha 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 ha. Okay. Let's see. Yes, here it is. I'm live streaming right now. Let's get this URL. And that. Alright. Alright, I'm sending it out to everybody. And we'll get started in about 15 minutes. Alright. No one's joined yet, but I will, if anyone makes comments, just letting you know, I will be saying them out loud. Alright, we have one watcher. We have one person watching. Awesome. Welcome to the stream. I'm just finishing sending this out to everyone who would want it. Here's the URL. Okay, let's see, where are my other... Welcome, whoever is watching. I don't know who you are, but welcome to the stream. Sorry I'm not doing much right now. I'm just distributing the URL to everyone. Hey. Looks like we've got a healthy stream. That's great. Alright, how does the sound look for everyone? Just wondering. Can everyone hear me okay? Well, there's only one person watching, but okay. Let's see here. I think it's all the group text I send out. Yep, that'd be it. Alright, we'll start in 10 minutes, guys. I just want to kind of get things rolling here for this. It's going to be great. I'm excited. YouTube live streaming. Boom. Next. Stream is live. Check the link in my bio. Okay, now I have to go change that link. No, wrong one. No, back. Copy. One person watching. Great. That's great. Does it take me to it? Hey! What do you know? It's working. That makes me excited. That makes me really excited. Okay. Well, this is great, guys. Hopefully, this goes well. Live streaming this right now. Live stream, let's go. Alright, everyone I know. Joel is watching. Hello, welcome to the stream, sir. It's great to see you. Okay, well, we got some time for now. I will have all the verses up that we need. I will have them up and ready to go. I have my notes right here on my computer. Got a little script ready to go. And we'll be golden. And if any of you guys missed this stream, it will be live. It will be on my be on the YouTube channel. It automatically uploads as soon as I'm done. So. Hey, there's people watching. This is great. This is great. I feel special. I feel really special. Oh, I feel so special. This is going to be great, guys. We're going to get started at... and you guys, go ahead and you guys can chat in when you're online. We're going to get started in about 5 minutes. Just 5 more minutes and then we'll get started. It's a great day. A bit rainy outside. I think it's going to rain the rest of the day. Yeah, so it ought to be good. Just going to start in about 5 minutes. Just in 5 minutes. And we'll get going. I opened it a bit early to make sure everyone had a chance to get in on it and whatnot. Yeah, so it's ought to go well. So it'll be really great. Thanks, guys. This is going to be great. I'm really hyped for this, guys. I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time. You know, because after the stream is over, the video will be uploaded here to YouTube, and anyone can watch it, and that's really what I do. Being a chaplain, it's great to be able to interact with you guys. I think that's what the direction I want this channel to start going in, is more to this Bible stuff. And, we'll still have the fun skits and whatnot. I might do gaming eventually, but for now, it's going to be just this. I'm thinking of every Saturday. Let me know if Saturdays won't exactly work out for you guys. Because there are other days we can because we can do this every Thursday or something, but for me Saturdays are going to work the best because during the week I'm busy. Just let you, hey, alright, we got some people in the comments, that's great. When we get started, I'll ask for prayer requests and whatnot from everyone, and then we'll start off with a prayer, and then we'll dive right into the lesson. Yeah, this is gonna be great, guys. You got about 3 minutes now, yeah. There's quite a delay. I think there's maybe a 4 or 5 second delay between real time and what you guys are watching. But hey, this is pretty cool. Yeah, shout out Avery. That's pretty cool. They have a little party going on at their house watching the stream. That's great. I love this, guys. You guys are pretty great. Okay, well, so how are you guys' day going? You having a good day? I gotta wait till the comments to catch up with actual thing. Yeah, so again, let me know if Saturdays work for you guys. Oh, Hope's here too. Hey, now it's a party. Okay, nice to meet y'all. Great you guys being here. Yeah, so excuse me for that. Let me know in the comments though if Saturdays will work for you guys, because I'll probably do this every Saturday. And doing it every Saturday, I think Saturdays will work. For me, Saturdays will work the best. I don't know for you guys. I'm busy during the week. The other day I could do it during the week is every Friday, but people do things on Fridays. There's basketball games. So I think we'll try this for a couple weeks on Saturdays, and we'll see how it goes from there. Alright, we got 1 minute, and then we'll get going. Where'd I go? I'm still here. What do you mean? Hold on, it seems we might be having some technical difficulties with the stream. Is it still streaming? It says I have some not good live stream health. Did I drop out for some people? I may have. Nope, we got another. I dropped out. Can you guys see me? Oh god, I don't know how long ago this stream happened. Yeah. So, is there problems? Is everything looking good? We good now? Okay. Never mind. It's working. Okay. It's working. Alright, let's see. Hopefully some people will do this thing. I'm liking this. It's all good now. Okay, we're saying everything is good now. Okay, it is 5 o'clock, guys. Welcome to the Bible study. My name is David, and for the first few minutes, I'm just going to get some prayer requests from you guys. What do you got? What's on your mind? We'll do prayer requests for about 5 minutes. Let more people trickle in, and yeah. All right. Prayer requests, guys. That's what we're doing now. It's prayer requests. I don't know what the exact delay time here is, but just type them in the chat if you want, or if you don't have any, just say none. Then we'll get going. Say a quick prayer and get going. Alright, we got Avery's sick turtle. We'll pray for that. And yes, there'll be a Q&A after this. Yeah, I think I'll have like 5 or 10 minutes of lesson, and then we'll finish up our time with some Q&A. Stream's already been going for 15 minutes, so it'll make a nice video on my YouTube. So yeah, I'm excited for this. That'll be great. Check resolution. What do you mean check my resolution? Go away, YouTube. Everything's fine. They can see me. Alright. Liking the Q&A afterwards. That's good. Avery says her turtle's sick and she is looking forward to the Q&A. Alright. Great. Don't know. I guess people will kind of just hobble on in eventually. But we're going to get started with a prayer, y'all. Let's pray. Dear Lord, I want to thank you for our time here today, and just thank you for all the people at home who are watching, whether it be now live or later after it's recorded. I pray you bless our time here together, and you help everything go smoothly. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. So, first of all, I want to open up with a simple question. Why do we study history? One of the most cliche answers is, so we do not repeat ourselves, because if we do not learn from our mistakes, we are doomed to repeat them. Yes, this is cliche, but it's also true. Even the Apostle Paul knew this when he wrote 1 Corinthians 10. As you see here on the web page, it says that the title is the chapter is titled Lessons from Israel's History. And I think if it's important in the Bible, hey, if it's in the Bible, it's important for a reason. Okay, we're going to be pulling quotes from chapter 10 through this entire thing. I'm going to be using the New Living Translation. Y'all can follow on screen or at home on your own phones or whatever. Alright, so we'll start out here in chapter 10. It says, I don't want you to forget, dear brothers and sisters, about our ancestors in the wilderness long ago. All of them were guided by a cloud that moved ahead of them, and all of them walked through the seas on dry ground. In the cloud and in the sea, all of them were baptized as followers of Moses. All of them ate the same spiritual food, and all of them drank the same spiritual water. For they drank from the spiritual rock that traveled with them, and that rock was Christ. We'll camp here a moment. Remember that back when Moses was leading the Israelites through the wilderness, they came across that rock, and Moses was supposed to talk to it and ask it for water, but he got frustrated and hit it with his stick. Well, this rock is a foreshadow, I think, to when Christ would come and he'd give us living water we needed. And yes, some people say that Moses hitting the rock was like when we crucified Christ, but that is some people's interpretation, and it makes sense. Just as the followers of Moses would drink from the living rock, the water from that rock, we must all drink from the rock of our salvation in Jesus Christ. And that is the main message in that first section there. Next, let's go ahead and move on to verses 5. 5 said, "Yet God was not pleased with most of them, and their bodies were scattered in the wilderness." This verse is referring to when the Israelites wandered for 40 years in the wilderness because of their disobedience at the Mount Sinai when they received the Ten Commandments the first time, and they were all worshiping that golden calf. Verse 6 says, "All these things happened as a warning to us, so that we would not crave evil things as they did, or worship idols as some of them did." The scriptures say the people celebrated with feasting and drinking, and they indulged in pagan revelry. That is Exodus 32:6, by the way. Verse 8 says, "And we must not engage in the sexual immorality as some of them did, causing 23,000 of them to die in one day." Let's look about here. This is a reminder of how serious God takes sexual sins as. Sex is one of the things that was meant to unite one man and one woman for good. They physically become one flesh. So this is something that God considers very important. If he didn't consider it important, it wouldn't be one of the most talked about topics in the Bible. Sexual purity, love, and how you treat others. Those are the biggest... those are the most talked about topics in the Bible. And me going to a Christian school, a lot of our chapels can be about sexual purity. And while it does get very repetitive, there's a reason. It's because this is something that is so important. And if we stay pure, like the Bible wants us to, we will... It's just better, you know. We get a lot of these talks in school, but there's a reason. It's pretty important. Moving on to verse 9, it says, "Nor should we put Christ to the test, as some of them did, and then died from snake bites." What this is referring to is Moses made a golden staff that God commanded him to do in the Bible, and it was supposed to save you from a snake bite. You just go, and it's basically asking for forgiveness. But some people would get the snake bite, and then they would die. But anyways, verse 10 says, "And don't grumble as some of them did, and then were destroyed by the angel of death." Alright, we'll camp here for a bit. These words are very powerful. Have you ever said, "God, show me a sign if this is the right thing you want me to do"? I know I've done that sometimes. Some people say that this is putting God to the test. But the way I see it, it's the same thing as asking for God's guidance. Testing God is more like pushing the limits on his rules. Imagine with me, if you will, a new teacher at a school, and this teacher, he's brand new. Without this teacher laying down the rules, the students have no way of knowing what is good or bad. So the teacher will lay down basic classroom rules. After those boundaries are set, then the students will test these boundaries by almost breaking a rule. Like, "Oh, I wasn't cheating, I was just looking at the answers to the test," or something. They will push the boundaries on people. Oh, some people are saying I need to scroll down. Whoops, okay, my bad. Sorry about that. There you go. We're just going to go to the end of 13 right there, by the way. So, that's that. The way that we would put God to the test is in the same way. He has given us a set of rules and standards to live by with two simple commandments. Love God above all else, and love your neighbor as yourself. So, we put God to the test when we test the limits of his love and grace. Romans 6, 1-2 says, "Well then, should we keep on sinning so that God can show us more and more of his wonderful grace? Of course not." Verse 2, Since we have died to sin, how can we continue to live in it? So the way I define putting God to the test would be whenever we sin and we test limits of His grace by sinning over and over and over again. And now into the second part of that verse about grumbling and complaining. Honestly, here in America, there's not much we have to complain about except, the weather and stuff. But we do have to think about how other people have it, and is this something we really need to spend our time complaining about? Or is complaining about this just going to make things worse? Now, yes, I'm one of the people who needs to hear this most, because I do complain quite a bit. I know I shouldn't. But that's just one of the things that I need to personally work on. I don't know if it is you, but it is me. Verse 11 says, "These things happened to them to set an example for us. They were written down to warn us who live at the end of the age." Now, when he says us talking in the age, he is talking to us. But this is where my interpretation may differ from some of y'all. It says, it is to warn those of us who live at the end of the age. Yes, we do live at the end of the age. Now, some people say we aren't, but here's the evidence that I have that supports that we are living at the end of the age. Mind you, this was written almost 2,000 years ago. So Paul was not just talking to us now. He was talking to people back in the first century church. And then he was also talking to anyone who has read his letter between, is that even a word? Probably not. Between the time that letter was written and now. He was talking to all of these people, not just us now. Yes, things look pretty bleak out there right now with, ISIS and the government not working right. But he was also talking to people 500 years ago, and things were bad then too. That was the 1500s, bubonic plague had just happened, so I think people back then thought the world was ending, as we do now. And then also, we need to look at just the average human lifespan. Right now, the world average human lifespan is 70 years, okay? On average, we lived about 70 years old. That is 7/10 of a century, but that's only 7/100ths of every 1,000 years. So, in the grand scheme of things, our time on Earth is short. So yes, we do live at the end times, relative to God being an infinite being. Because for him, 1 second is like 1,000 years, but also 1,000 years in his mind is 1 second, because he's been around forever. So whether the end of the world happens in 30 years or 1,000 years, we are living in the end times, and we need to make the most of it. Alright, anyways, moving on to verse 12. "If you think you are standing strong, be careful not to fall." Verse 13 says, "The temptations in your life are no different from what others experience, and God is faithful. He will not allow the temptation to be more than you can stand. When you are tempted, He will always show you a way out so that you can endure." Guys, when you are ever tempted, which I know you are, I am too, don't worry about it. We just need to know that this temptation is exactly what someone else has been tempted to do. Oh, I hit my camera. The temptation to steal the cookie from the cookie jar has been with people in the entire history of the world. Or the temptation to steal or lust or to destroy, the temptation to lash out at someone in anger. Everyone has these. But God always gives you a way out. Another part of this verse I like is how it says that He will never give us a temptation that is more than we can stand. So what have we learned today? We learned that God gave us history so that we'll learn from it, and that he never tempts us more than what we are able to stand. That's the first 30 minutes of stream, guys. So for the next 15, I will do questions and comments, and then we will end with a prayer. That was great. I'll just wait for the comments to catch up with... Wait for the comments to catch up with the... wait for the comments to catch up with real time. So, questions and comments, people. Questions and comments. What did you think of that? Was that good? I had fun. That was pretty great. Again, you can go back and watch all this, and it will be available. Why did I pick this chapter? Well, I picked this chapter mainly because I liked the verse 12 and 13. That's one of my favorite verses. This is Avery asking this question, by the way. She says, "Why did you pick this chapter?" Well, I picked it because 12 and 13 are verses 12 and 13. They're on screen. Those are some of my most favorite verses in the Bible. Plus, it's just what I've been sending out the group texts. If you guys wish to subscribe to those group texts, let me know. Send me a private message if you're watching this in the future, or just let me know in the comments. Okay, so Avery also is asking, are you post-trib, mid-trib, or pre-tribe? I don't get it. Maybe she can elaborate on what she means. Are we talking tribulation? If we're talking tribulation, that's a lesson for another time. I have interesting views on that subject, and not one I want to necessarily get into right now when I don't have materials prepared to discuss it. Personally, I don't take the book of Revelation quite as okay, she says yes, the tribulation. Personally, I don't take the book of Revelation as literally as some people do. I think the book of Revelation is full of mainly symbols and is not necessarily a prophecy of what is going to happen. Like, one thing that a really good friend of mine pointed out to me recently is, here, let's see if I can pull it up in here. Go to Revelation. Let me find it on my own. Yes, go, Revelation. There it goes. Okay, so Revelation. Hold on a second, guys. Alright, it's Revelation 12. Yeah, Revelation 12. Alright. This chapter in particular is one I find with a lot of symbolism in it. It's about the woman and the dragon. You guys can go read this on your own if you will. But the way I read this as is the way I read this specific chapter as is what the birth of Jesus looked like to the people in heaven. God looking down on the earth, it's what he saw, not necessarily literally there was a dragon sitting at Mary's womb waiting to devour the baby. More of Satan was waiting for any moment that the promised son was going to come. But as we see, that didn't happen because the obviously Jesus came and whatnot. And if you will tell me other prophecies in the Bible and give me specific references where it talks about tribulations, I will be happy to discuss those right here if you want, Avery. She says, what about other prophecies in the Bible that talk about tribulations? A lot of the places in the Bible where it talks about tribulations that word is synonymous with the word trial, and it usually, I'm not going to say in every case, but it is usually referring to personal trials rather than the great tribulation. All right, she says Daniel 9. We'll go there. 9. All right. This verse here in Daniel, a lot of the Old Testament prophecies were specific to that time. Now, I don't have the exact answer for this one, but I will definitely give it more study. Just letting you know, I'm not going to just rush over this. I will definitely study this more, and I'll get back to you on it. If you want, we can talk about tribulations and stuff like that next week. In fact, that's probably a good idea. So next week we'll talk about this stuff. But a lot of the Old Testament prophecies were specific to that time period where a lot of them were fulfilled then. I don't have the exact answers for you. I'm not a proclaimed scholar on all this. I am only an 11th grader. But I will definitely study it between now and next week, and I'll get back to you. Got 3 more minutes. Any more questions? Okay, Avery asks, what is my favorite ice cream flavor? I would definitely have to say it is vanilla. Just straight up vanilla. I do enjoy vanilla ice cream any time of the day, any time of the year, even when it's really cold outside. I enjoy vanilla ice cream. Alright, any more questions? Any more questions? No. Alright, well, I guess that wraps up this one, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. Let's go in and close in a prayer. And, yeah, we'll get this over. Dear Lord, I want to thank you for this wonderful day we've had, this time of prayer, this time of prayer we've had. I thank you for this time of study. And I pray that you're with everyone who watched this. And I pray that you are with, that you just bless those who watch this. And I pray that my words will be an encouragement to someone out there. I thank you for this wonderful day we've had. Please keep everyone safe and help us to do well as school starts again. In Jesus' name, amen. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you liked it, hit that like button. If not, hit the dislike button. And then also go ahead and leave comments about maybe future topics. But next week, I think I will be covering tribulations and other things such as prophecy. So thank you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.